Welcome to this update video. It's gonna be a little bit shorter as we currently are occupied with a lot of planning. For once, we have to plan what we want to grow next season, and also we have to plan which kind of projects we want to do next year, and this takes a lot of time. But still we find time to finish up the last projects of the year, to get ready for the young plants, just like setting to the earth, making a catalog of all the seeds that we have and ordering new ones and getting rid of the old ones, and some side projects that occur always. Usually we haven't been using the greenhouse over the winter month, but this year we tried to raise some salad. As we had some leftover plants from our own production, which were too small to be planted on the field, as the last plants on the field were planted in, I think, end of October, and those have been way too small back then. So now they're gonna get planted in the greenhouse, and we're gonna see how this works out. This also forces us in a good way to water the greenhouse over winter, because this is something usually we never did, with the consequences that the earth was super dry in spring, which is not too good, as the whole life in the upper surface or upper layers of the earth starts to decay over winter, which is not what you want. So let's see if that has any positive impact on the new season and also the plants that are gonna go into the greenhouse in the coming year. In the update episode 114, or better said from the week 114, we built this compost sieve, which we're using to get bigger pieces of wood out of the compost. There's a lot of smaller branches which haven't been broken down to the stage that we want to, which is totally fine when it comes down to our field. It actually is pretty good there, because those branches, when they break down, they create a hollow space and make the earth, so to say, more airy, and create also a pathway for roots. But for our seedlings, this is a little bit too rough, so we sieve this, which is a pretty easy process with this setup. And then all the earth gets stored in the new greenhouse, which actually is frost secure, which helps us to then work through the winter times for the seedlings that we need to have the earth in there. Later on, the earth will get covered as well, as we want some steady, consistent humidity in the earth, and if you don't cover it up, it tends to dry up very fast. One of those planning projects that I talked about in the beginning is our seed bank, so to say. As we have a lot of seeds over those last years collected through buying them, getting them from other collectives, or getting them gifted, we sorted through them and made a big catalog of them. As we already have a plan for the new year, which kind of vegetables we want to grow and in which variety and in which amount, we checked this with the data that we collected through that process of sorting through, and decided which kind of new or old seeds we still need to order and which of those we have. Because sometimes we find a lot of seeds for a culture that we actually thought we didn't have any seeds anymore. So this helps us to get a little bit of an overview. It's pretty interesting how you get faster in this process of planning after doing it for the fourth time. As a couple of the projects that we're planning on will require some electrician work, more stationary electrician work, like getting stuff fixed together and so on, I always wanted to have a dedicated spot where I can do electronic works. So we decided now it's the time to do so. As we do repair quite a lot of things throughout the year, and doing this in different environments and having all your tools spread over the place is not the best. We decided to give this really a workbench dedicated to the electronic stuff. In this video, we'll just finish up the tabletop. All the drawer system and other stuff that we want to do will have to wait for the next updates. But for now, I'm already pleased. This is a board that we had in the office, which we weren't using for a table anymore. And we're going to do some updates to this table to have like a soldering station and everything else that we need for electronics within reach. And there's always around this time where there's a little bit less to do on the field, or less demanding to do on the field, the workshop tends up to turn into a total toll house. This is totally not my fault, as some of the projects just stack up. And here's a sneak peek in a couple of projects that we're currently planning or working on and will set up in the next weeks. Those are the Fiat winter projects. And with that, we're at the end of the video. This was a rather short one, just give you a rough overview what we're currently up to and doing, what the updates videos should be about. And in the coming videos, you will see more of those Fiat winter projects, as they currently are being in processed or processed and hopefully finished as well this year. See you and have a nice one.